Coming up on UI7 Newsbreak. Coming up on UI7 Newsbreak, we have breaking news overnight from the Alabama Senate race.
The vote is this close that it's not over.
I think that I have been waiting all my life and now I just don't know what the hell to say.
Then we have multiple reactions following a controversial advertisement released by Suburban Express.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. We're a world-class university, a global university. We serve, by and large, the citizens of Illinois.
I think the company is doing something that is killing its business because, I'm very objective about this. I don't feel personally attached by it.
Also, the Chabad Center for Jewish Life gets a new menorah in time for Hanukkah.
Till now, we think of the menorah, unfortunately, the vandalism. We're going to think menorah, we're going to think light. We're going to think pride. We're going to think excitement. We're going to think special.
And later, the University of Illinois announces facility updates for the soccer and track and field teams.
That's our goal here with the athletic program at the University of Illinois, is to allow our students to really recognize their full potential in all those different facets of their experience. And this facility, this home, will provide them the resources to do that.
UI7 Newsbreak starts now. Hello, I'm Anaja Smith.
And I'm Bianca Reyes. Welcome back to another edition of UI7 Newsbreak.
Breaking news overnight, the results of the Senate election in Alabama are in.
Live on set, we have UI7 Newsbreak's Krista Temple to give us the details.
Last night, Doug Jones upset Roy Moore to become the first Democratic senator in Alabama in 25 years.
I think that I have been waiting all my life and now I just don't know what the hell to say.
Jones won the election with 96% of the black vote and 49.9% of the total vote in Alabama. This is down from Trump winning the state by nearly 40%. Republican candidate Moore is reluctant to accept defeat.
When the vote is this close that it's not over. What we've got to do is wait on God and let this process play out.
This morning, President Trump tweeted that he originally endorsed Republican candidate Luther Strange because he didn't believe Moore could win the general election. This upset could have major implications, not only in Alabama but across the country. Republicans now hold a very slim 51-49 majority in the House. This will make it even more difficult for Trump to pass his agenda after Jones is sworn in January. Jones's win marks the 7th special election Democratic candidates have won in 2017.
A popular bus company is currently under fire after controversy arose from an ad emailed to students. Among a list of reasons to use their services, the company wrote, "You won't feel like you're in China when you're on our buses."
Shortly after the backlash, Suburban Express released an ad to apologize, saying the remark was aimed at their competitor, whose passengers are mainly international students. In the statement, they also mentioned they disagree with the way the university runs. The statement reads, "We agree that having a healthy mixture of different cultures and ethnicities is valuable, but we're not comfortable with the idea of selling our university to the highest foreign bidder."
Students and faculty, however, were not pleased with this apology. After many called for the bus company to be banned from campus, Suburban Express issued yet another apology. It reads, "Suburban Express welcomes students of all nationalities on our buses. Anyone who says otherwise is trying to further their own agenda. We apologize for our insensitive statement, and we hope to do a better job of unifying the campus community in the future."
Despite their efforts to apologize, many believe it is time for change. Students are now curious to find out what this ad means for the company's future on campus. Students board a Suburban Express shuttle bus during yet another busy weekend of traveling. The bus company is currently under fire after an emailed ad to students. When listing reasons to use their services, the company adds, "You won't feel like you're in China when you're on our buses." As university student Audrey Moore prepares to leave campus, she says she'll be making other arrangements to go home this upcoming break.
I'm never gonna take the Suburban Express ever again. No, after that, I don't think it's acceptable to take a company that basically supports racism and just advertises it.
The university released a statement calling the ad racist and insulting. They are now investigating ways to see if they can further restrict the company from having bus stops in front of U of I property.
University spokeswoman Robin Kaler says Suburban Express has been causing problems for many years now. She says the university is very proud to have a diverse enrollment.
It's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. We're a world-class university, a global university. We serve, by and large, the citizens of Illinois. The vast majority of our students are from Illinois. But in order to make sure our students are ready to lead a global world, of course we're going to have students from all around the world.
Illinois Attorney General Lisa Madigan and the Illinois student government are also investigating the company and looking to remove them from campus.
I was texting all my friends, I was like, I want to do something. I want to file a lawsuit. This is just not right. No one should have the right to just say this and send an email like it's an advertisement. Yeah.
Suburban Express has not responded to requests for comments. In Champaign, I'm Bianca Reyes, UI7 Newsbreak.
Continues to receive backlash for its controversial email from Asian student communities. 5 Asian student organizations wrote in their joint statement saying that they regard those remarks as a serious insult and an act of racism against them. They say this proclamation is not the beginning or the end of their fight against racism or any other forms of discrimination. Chinese international students Echo Chang and Yu Zhang talk about their thoughts on the issue.
What do you mean by you won't feel like you're in China? So it's very obnoxious.
I think the company is doing something that is killing its business because, I'm very objective about this. I don't feel personally attached by it at all.
Alumnus Chug Gua says he has already taken legal actions and hopes the city of Chicago can address the issue.
Among other campus controversy, the city of Urbana is taking steps to make sure its sexual harassment policy complies with mandates set by the state of Illinois. The Urbana City Council voted Monday to move forward with the updates to their current sexual harassment policy for city workers. Urbana Human Resources Director Todd Rent presented the new language to the board, showing how it satisfies what is required by the state. Council member Alice Wu is pleased with the way Urbana and the state of Illinois is taking action in light of national attention.
I know that it's in the forefront of the national discussion right now, and so I'm happy that it's filtered its way down. It's making all of us look very hard at our policies to ensure that they adequately protect people in our workforce.
The new policy will be voted for approval by the council on December 18th.
Time Magazine's Person of the Year was not awarded to one individual person for 2017. Instead, Time Magazine named the Silence Breakers as their Person of the Year. The Silence Breakers are a group of men and women who have started global conversation about sexual assault and harassment by sharing their stories. The Silence Breakers were described by Time Magazine as the voices that launched a movement. The movement started from people around the world, including public figures sharing their personal experiences with the hashtag #MeToo campaign. This campaign has inspired people to speak up and show that they are not alone.
As the #MeToo campaign continues to draw a discussion on sexual misconduct, it has also had ripple effects on campus. The director of the Women's Resource Center, Sarah Colome, says more university students have come forward with stories of their own. Though there are benefits to this, she says there are factors to consider when doing so.
With storytelling comes the potential for re-traumatization, especially for those who are rereading those stories and watching the ways in which society really marginalizes or victim blames those who have experienced trauma.
There are multiple resources available on campus to support students.
People nationwide who have experienced sexual assault are coming forward to speak out. One survivor on U of I's campus shares her story. University of Illinois student Dejanique Pillars says she writes these reminders on her mirror to stay motivated and to avoid being consumed with bad memories triggered from being on campus.
As a survivor, triggers can be smells, it can be a person, it could be a voice. It could be things that your body or mind naturally picks up on from the assaults you can't remember.
The Pillars used to spend much of her time socializing on campus, but now likes to remain busy to keep her mind off one tragic event in particular.
I did get raped. Like, my rape kit came back and there was semen found with my rape kit confirming that I was raped.
This sexual assault happened at a party in her previous apartment. To cope with this experience, she journals every day.
I was so scared. I used to sleep with my desk in front of my room door. Like, the first few days after my assault, I had friends spend the night with me because I was scared to be in my apartment alone.
Now living by herself off campus, DePillars enjoys the little moments such as watching her favorite movies. Students that are seeking help and are willing to open up about their stories can come to the U of I Police Department. Here, this is where they will be assigned a police officer who will assist them with their case. Detective Sergeant of the Division of Public Safety Department says the officer will conduct a brief interview to determine details of the assault. These questions are asked to determine if the elements of the crime are met and potential risks to the victim and the public. DePillars uses social media apps as a way to stay informed of campus assaults and check on her family and friends after not feeling protected by campus police.
They opened my case, they closed my case, they investigated kind of, and then they didn't.
In Champaign, I'm Anaja Smith, UI7 Newsbreak.
It's out with the old and in with the new at the Campus Chabad Center for Jewish Life at the University of Illinois. The center welcomed a new menorah to campus just in time for the holiday season. UI7 Newsbreak got a first look at the new addition this past week. Yesterday marked the first night of Hanukkah, and this year will be extra special as the new menorah will finally be debuted tonight. Rabbi David Tektel says it is a symbol of bringing in a new energy to campus.
And not only within Illini Chabad, but the entire Illini community, the University of Illinois, is a message of the future. Until now, we think of the menorah, unfortunately, the vandalism. We're going to think menorah, we're going to think light. We're going to think pride. We're going to think excitement. We're going to think specialness.
One side of the structure has an outline of the classic menorah, and on the other side, the black eye, as a way to bring together the U of I and Jewish community.
When we return, UI7 Newsbreaks cover new athletic facilities and a bill regarding graduate students' tuition. Stay tuned.
Listen, I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you judge me for having a problem. No one is going to know that I need help. I need help. I know that no one is going to judge me for having a problem. I realize that I'm not perfect, but it all really started to change because you listen.
Did you hear about the pony with a sore throat? He was a little horse. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why couldn't the Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Where did cats go on vacation? New York.
What to expect when you're expecting.
Like here.
A teenager.
Today, I'm going to show you how to teen-proof your home. First step, hide the car keys. Preferably somewhere they would never look. Challenges will come up. Be ready for them. Hi, honey.
Ready for the... Mom, you don't use mannequins in the mannequin challenge.
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
This past week, the University of Illinois has announced a major project for Illini sports. UI7 Newsbreak's Carmen Casillo gets the latest of the new facilities announcement.
Today is a great day for over 25% of those student athletes.
Director of Athletics Josh Whitman was proud to announce that soon there will be an upgrade to the soccer and track and field facilities at the University of Illinois. One family has decided to invest $7 million in this project.
There was a need for soccer and track facilities, and there was a desire by the family to do something to help those types of programs. So need and donor matched, and and in the process, we're going to end up with the immersion park.
Behind me is what was known as the home for Illinois soccer, but soon we'll see some upgrades for our immersion park, where we'll have 2 fields, one for practice and one for actual games.
We are excited
that we can make a difference.
Josh Whitman says over 25% of student athletes will benefit from these changes. That includes over 120 participating in women's soccer, men's track and field, and women's track and field. He believes there should be a home where these student athletes can push themselves to be the best they can be.
That's our goal here with the athletic program at the University of Illinois, is to allow our students to really recognize their full potential in all those different facets of their experience, and this facility, this home, will provide them the resources to do that.
Coach Rayfield says not only is she excited to have the Dimersion family as partners in this project, but it is also more convenient for the fans who are involved.
I think it's just going to make a difference in the experience that the students have, that the community has when they come to a game. They're now going to be close to the action. They're going to be sitting in comfortable seats and really feel like they're a part of this program.
Students, fans, and athletes can look forward to 2019 when the new home for the Fighting Illini soccer and track and field will open. In Champaign, I'm Carmen Castillo, UI7 Newsbreak.
We could soon be seeing the effects of a new Republican tax bill. The Republican tax reform bill was introduced in the House of Representatives at the beginning of November. The bill passed through the House in mid-November with a vote of 227 approving to 205 voting no. A similar bill was pushed through the Senate at the beginning of December with a 51-49 vote. The two bills are now being reconciled, and there's a chance that the finalized bill could land on the president's desk before Christmas. This new tax bill could have major implications at the U of I, and some members of the Champaign-Urbana community gathered outside the Representative Rodney Davis's office to voice their frustration after he voted in favor of the bill. The rally was organized by the Champaign-Urbana Progressives on December 4th after the tax bill was pushed through the Senate. One part of the new bill would consider graduate tuition waivers taxable income. Farnak Miraftab, director of the PhD program in urban planning, is concerned about how that would impact the U of I's graduate programs.
Making tuition waivers taxable and as an income is basically the end of graduate studies for us. Only those who are rich can afford to be part of our graduate programs, and that's the end of being able to go after the most brilliant minds.
UI7 Newsbreak contacted Representative Davis's office for comment but did not receive a response.
After the break, UI7 Newsbreak delivers our local and national weather as well as some sports coverage.
What to expect when you're expecting a teenager.
Hey guys, today we're talking about how to wake up your teen, and this works literally every time.
Give kisses. Give kisses. Look. Give kisses. Give kisses. You heard how loud that was.
I know,
sleep through that.
I heard. It wasn't you.
Yeah.
It was the...
Is that bacon?
You don't have to know it all to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Bacon.
Families come in all sizes and shapes. Sometimes your friends are your family by choice, or sometimes you're just stuck with Uncle Charles. But what we know is that you want to protect the people that are close to you, but the flu can unravel everything. Your flu vaccine protects you and your family. No matter what draws your family together, protect yourself, protect your family. Everyone needs a flu vaccine.
Good morning, Illini.
Hey, good morning, Illini, and selamat pagi.
Good morning, Illini.
So, Bianca, how do you feel about the weather? It's so cold outside now.
Well, I am definitely one of those cold-blooded people where I am cold 24/7 regardless of the weather, so you will always find me in a hat and scarf, maybe even gloves.
And I'm the opposite.
But surprisingly, we haven't seen any snow yet in Champaign, but the temperature is definitely dropping. Let's hear more on the weather from UI7 Newsbreak's Dylan Hobb.
Good morning, UI7 Newsbreak. Let's take a look at our weather today. As you can see, it's pretty sunny outside. Let's expect that trend to continue throughout the day. Moving on, we'll see that today it's 30 degrees, so it is pretty cold. And as you can see in Danville, also 30 degrees. Up in this Midwest area, it's pretty much stable throughout the 31s, 34s. Over in Springfield, you'll see that it's 35, a little bit hotter, but still about that freezing temperature. So be on the lookout for any icy roads because at night it is going to get a lot colder. Moving on, we can see our Midwest temperatures in Des Moines. It's going to be the hottest we'll see it. It's 49 degrees there. Nothing too great. 42 in Kansas City, Kansas. In Davenport, it's 34. And up by the city in the lakefront, it's 29. So definitely really chilly. If you're expecting to move over to Indianapolis, you'll see that it's 27. And down in Louisville, it's 30 degrees. So as we can see our national temperatures, it's 20, 24, and 23 up in that New England and Cleveland area. So definitely on the eastern side of the United States, a lot colder. They're seeing much more of a cold front. Down in Miami, you'll see it's 58. So definitely the hottest place in the nation, not too hot. Up in Minneapolis, it's 29 degrees. That's very cold. They're experiencing that extreme draft over there. And if you take a look down in Dallas, it's 44. That's my home state of Texas. Love it, but it's still freezing. Just in Denver, in 41. In Phoenix, it's 44. LA, 53. So we're really not seeing much of a change throughout the nation. As we take a look at tonight's forecast, it's going to be about 23 degrees and breezy. Those are some northwest winds of 13 miles per hour. So be on the lookout because it's not going to be too cloudy, but it's not going to be very nice out. So definitely bring at least several layers because you don't want to catch a cold out here. Tomorrow, you'll see it's 34 degrees and cloudy. That really doesn't change throughout the day. North-northwest winds of 7 miles per hour. Expect those. And as you'll see, our 5-day, it's 47 degrees today, but tomorrow it gets a little bit colder, 34 with a low of 24. On Friday, low of 29, 38 degrees. On Saturday, it's mostly sunny all day. It's going to brighten up a little bit with 50 degrees and a low of 33. But then on Sunday, you'll expect some AM showers. It's going to be 45 degrees with a low of 27. And that's the weather. It's only going to get colder from here on out, so stay tuned.
Thanks, Dylan.
And live on set, we have UI7 Newsbreak's Jiyeon Kim to talk sports.
Coming up after the break, we have updates from the football team as well as the Illini Men's Basketball Conference. And later, a senior gymnast at the Orange and Blue exhibition talks about her expectations as she prepares for her last season.
Don't ignore the subtext. It's on us to intervene in sexual assault. Because we can. Take the pledge at itsonus.org.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
There. Can I tell you a cat joke? Just kidding. Why did the girl ask the mushroom to dance? Because he was a fun guy. What do you call a pig that knows karate? Pork chop. Why was the basketball court all wet? Why? Because the players kept dribbling all over it. Can I tell you another one? So how does a tissue dance? Put a little boogie on it. What's Beethoven's favorite fruit? Banana. What is a boxer's favorite drink? Fruit punch.
Welcome back. I'm Jian Kim with your UI7 Newsbreak Sports Update. Illinois football's freshman safety Bennett Williams was named to ESPN.com's True Freshman All-America team. Williams made 64 tackles this season. This was the 5th most on the team and 2nd most amongst Big Ten freshmen. He also led the team with 3 interceptions. Williams was one of 16 true freshmen to start for Lovie Smith's team, which led the nation. He was also one of 5 Illini freshmen named to the BTN.com Freshman All-America team. After a split of 2 non-conference games, the Illini men's basketball team sits at a 7-4 record, already with a couple of Big Ten losses under its belt. The Illini are set to host Longwood tonight. Redshirt junior LaRon Black suffered an elbow injury during Saturday night's game. Black has injured that same elbow before. Underwood said he is still waiting for MRI results to determine the severity of the injury. Next up for Illinois is a trip to Chicago. They will play at the United Center on Saturday for a matchup with New Mexico State as a special tribute to legendary former head coach Lou Henson. The coach, whom the court at the State Farm Center is named after, retired as the all-time leader in victories at both respective schools. The Illini women's basketball team beat Detroit Mercy 73-65 Sunday. The Illini improved to 8-4 on the season. Last year, the Illini finished with only 9 wins. Nancy Faye's team will host Austin Peay on Saturday. University of Illinois' women and men's gymnastics team split into Team Orange and Blue to duel it out this past Saturday at Huff Hall. It was the first look into the upcoming season, but for one senior, it was her last preseason exhibition. Echoes of chants filled the air as Fighting Illini fans cheer for their favorite team. Although the Orange and Blue exhibition was a debut for the freshmen, it was the last season kickoff for senior Bridget Hodan.
I'm not a very emotional person, but even coming in here, and it feels so different just being a senior and all the emotions. It's sad, happy, exciting, but I'm really looking forward to the last season.
Hodan says some seasons start out slower than others, but she believes the team has a lot to show this season.
It was great as a senior seeing my freshmen step up and being in their first lineups, and it was a great time. Everyone was super positive, and it's a starting point, so we have a lot to build on, but I'm really proud of where this team is right now.
Although Huff Hall was filled with nothing but positive energy and excitement this afternoon, the end of the exhibition was bittersweet. U Women's head coach Natalie Walsh expressed her appreciation for her dedicated seniors.
For me, the bittersweetness with the seniors is that I only got 1 year with them. I love them. They just bleed orange and blue. They're very dedicated. They've been so welcoming to myself and my new staff.
Walsh had nothing but great things to say about Hodan as she embarks on her last collegiate season.
I'm really excited for Bridget. I think that she's going to have the best year that she's had so far, and that's a strong statement to say from such an already decorated athlete.
She says she hopes the team will continue to build throughout the season and face meets with confidence. In Champaign, I'm Jian Kim, UI7 Newsbreak.
For more of our stories, including this week's edition of CU Neighbor, follow us on Facebook.
We'll see more of our stories on our YouTube.
That is all we have for this edition of UI7 Newsbreak.
Thanks for watching and have a great day.